Hey there, it's Dodds Crypto here, and I hope everybody is doing well. And in this video, we'll be talking about Bitcoin and Crypto.com and Cronos, because there's a lot of things going on in the Cronos and the Crypto.com ecosystem, which I'll get to in a while. But we can see Bitcoin at the moment is sitting at $66,272 at the moment. We're sort of down around about 6% at the moment, and we also see market cap at 2.5 trillion. Look, at the end of the day, what I'm seeing is there's a lot of people starting to panic here. I've got fearful, and I just want to point it out here. If you put too much money on, you borrow money, or you remortgage your house, or get a loan out, which none of my channel is financial advice, it's just what I'm personally doing myself. Never ever borrow money. I'll never ever remortgage my house and put my family at risk or anything like that. I only put into crypto or the stock markets money that I have spare on the table, because if it ever goes to zero, yes, it's going to be gutting, but no, am I going to lose my house or anything like that? So that's, I just want to put it out there. And I want to just say that the whales, people out there want you to sell. That's period. That's what they want you to do. They want you to sell. They want you to panic sell because they want to get it cheaper again, where they can reaccumulate and then push it up. Because it's just typical, and I've done it myself, where I've got it sold, and then as soon as I sold, it's pumped up. I sold because I think, oh God, I'm panicking. Not panicking here a little bit, not because I've borrowed money or anything like that, and I think, right, okay, I'm going to sell it. It's going to drop down even more, and then it doesn't even drop down anymore. Then it pumps up. So I just want to put that out there, and that. So, like I said, always have a plan, have a buy and sell plan, and you can't go wrong on it, you know. But at the moment, we can look at Bitcoin on the charts. At the moment, we're creating this ascending wedge here. We're bouncing off this trend line around about here. We've got a bit of support along that way, but we can see we've hit it about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times now. We've tested 8 times now, and we're still holding the line at this current point of view. But like I said, we could either drop down potentially down to 60,000, or we can make our move up. Now, obviously, there's a risk here, and there's also an opportunity here, I guess. We could potentially, if we drop down, this is obsolete here, $53,000, $52,000. But on the flip side here, we could go to $89,000, $90,000 from here. This is on the 4-hour daily chart. But if we're going to have a look at what's happening actually on the 4-hourly chart as well. So if we go to the 4-hourly and have a look what's going on here, we can see here we've got area of support around about $64,000 and support down here at the 61, 60,000. I think if we do drop down, the potentially it's going to come down to that 61, $60,000, might come down to about 59,000 to 58,000. I know a lot of traders, if you're short-term traders, I've got buy orders all the way down here and that. So, but what we also got to bear in mind is let's go and check out what's actually happening to the heat map. Right, so looking at the heat map at the moment, so we can see here we've around about that $65,000 mark Bitcoin. We've basically grabbed that liquidity now, and then we're making a way up to the upside. And so the next stop is around about that 66,000, and then the next one is around about $72,000 mark. Basically where all the liquidity is at the moment. So we could be heading back up to that way. There's obviously a potential for that as well, but like I said, we've got support around about that $60,000 mark, but we have grabbed that liquidity. So I really personally think we're going to chop around to the south side, because don't forget, we have got the Bitcoin halving coming up April the 20th. We're blocks at 2,341 blocks, 16 days to go. So don't forget, we've got that Bitcoin halving. So there's also that option where we could come back down for that dip and then make our way back up. But we can see here also on the Bitcoin, inflows have come in as well. We had that negative, we had some negatives, but now we've got inflows coming in as a positives, which is a good sign to see, which is mega bullish in my opinion. But we can see on the rainbow chart as well, we're back into that accumulation zone. So that sort of makes sense really with the Bitcoin. We're starting to accumulate a little bit more, going a bit of sideways action. We've grabbed that liquidity, like I said, around about that $65,500 mark, and now we're just holding the line at the moment. So like I said, we've got that fear and greed at the moment. We can see that that's at around about 70%. So we've basically gone from 89, 80, 71, now we're at 70 in that, and it's starting to kick in. But like I said, we've got that liquidity, we've grabbed that liquidity, making our way up, and then the next one is the next big one really is around about that $72,000 mark. But overall, like I said, with Bitcoin and all cryptocurrencies, so if Bitcoin drops down to 60,000, you've got to expect the altcoins are going to drop down heavily as well. But, you know, is that an opportunity? Well, the rainbow chart says here it's potential opportunity for accumulation. So, and we're getting close to that halving as well. So overall, I'm mega bullish. Lots of things going on. Any of these dips in the bull market is opportunities, because we are, don't forget, we are in that bull market. And if you want to make it, you want to be a millionaire, you've got to sort of ride these out. There's going to be opportunities. There's also going to be scary times as well. As I said, every time we get those big green candles, expect those 20 to 30% red candles as well. And you're going to see a lot of your altcoins bleed to Bitcoin as Bitcoin makes its way up. But that's just the way it is. But if you want to be a millionaire, it's the altcoins that are going to do it for you. Always have a plan. Never, ever put more than you're willing to lose it. But like I'll just say out there as well, if you want to be a millionaire, look at what other millionaires are doing. Look how they're doing. Everybody has a different plan, but it's worth just look at what millionaires are doing. If you like specific projects, look who the CEOs are. Look who the project holders are. Look what that project is developing. And this is why, before I go into Crypto.com and Cronos, that is why I've been building a very big bag in Cronos. Because I see the CEOs, I see what the management team, I see what Crypto.com are creating, I see what Cronos and the Tim and the team are creating as well. And that makes me bullish. That makes me want to buy more. And when we have these big dips, I'm buying more CRO because I see what they do. And like we see what they do in Korea at the moment and all these initiatives that they've got out there. So let's just check out Crypto.com. Right, so looking at Cronos, yeah, one of my favorite projects here. We said yesterday we got that bit of a pump up yesterday and we hit around about that 16 pence again, which was nice to see. But then we started to fall back and drop down and drop down and drop down. So we've got that wick up to the 16 tested area of resistance here and couldn't make it. And then basically, obviously Bitcoin came down and we bled with Bitcoin as well and came down. But we've got that strong bit of support around here, about that 13 pence mark. We've created that. We've hit it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. Well, you can say probably 5, 6 times round about that now. And we're starting to push back to the upside. So at the moment, we know that's big support. If we ever lose that, we've got that 11 pence mark as another area of big support as well. Now, obviously, if Bitcoin starts making its move up to the upside, obviously CRO is going to make it up. And we've got a lot of resistance around about here, around about that 16 pence we need to get through, and then obviously 17, 18 pence, and then further on upwards. But at the moment, we've got that support there. And then, but obviously, if Bitcoin goes down to $60,000, there's a chance that potentially we could come down to about 11 pence mark. So we just got to have to bear that one in mind. If that comes down to there, that is because we're in the bull market. This is a buying opportunity, in my opinion. For me personally, I'll be buying more down here. I'm not buying any more at the moment, but I will buy some more down here if we do hit 11 pence. Actually, I might have it where I'll have it at 13 pence and around about 11 pence as well as buy orders for myself personally. So looking at the daily chart as well, so we're in this, the side Bitcoin really, we're in this ascending wedge here. And like I said, alternatively, we could break to the upside here and make our way up to $21,000 to $23,000, or we could break down and go down to that 10 pence kind of mark area, which we've got a lot of support here. But this is on the daily, this is, not on the 4 hourly. But also what I am watching out for, we have got a bit of an M pattern here, which could knock us down to that end of the trend line here, which is about that 13, 12 pence mark, which I just mentioned on the 4 hourly. We could come back down to this and then make our way up. So just keep an eye out. It's worth just, like I said, for me, that's accumulation, because on the daily we hit it once, we hit it twice, and there's a potential we could come and hit it on the 4th time here as well. So we just got to bear that in mind. Like I said, for me personally, that's accumulation, because the bigger picture is, I think we're going to go to $1. I personally think we're going to go to $1. I really do think we're going to go to that $1.50 to $2, and maybe there's potential we could even go to $3 if we get that altcoin season where we could get that parabolic move to the upside. Because like I said, I'm mega bullish on what's happening with Crypto.com, because we see here, like I said in the other video yesterday, we're entering South Korea, which is going to be excellent on the 29th of April, which is going to bring more business for Crypto.com, and also potentially more people might well buy more CRO. And if people in South Korea start buying that CRO, because Korea is a big place, for Crypto.com to be able to put their app in South Korea is a big thing, because there's a lot of organized other exchanges which have left or not been able to get permission to operate in South Korea, but not Crypto.com. They managed to do that, and that's going to give their exposure to all those people, all those retail people in South Korea. So on the 29th, I'm watching very closely what actually happens on the 29th. And like I said, there's potentially here where people may start to buy CRO. They might not do. They might want to buy other cryptocurrencies on Crypto.com app. But I can't see that nobody's not going to buy CRO, and they're going to start staking and do everything that we're doing as well. So we've just got to bear that one in mind. And like I said, it's taken them 2.5 years to get to this stage, which is a massive milestone in my opinion. And this is where I said in the beginning of the video, you look at projects, look at the team, look what they're doing, what did they do over the bear market, and this is why I've followed Crypto.com and invested in them as well. So it's like I said, Crypto.com says here, one crypto you're buying in the pre-halving dips, because this is what we've had now, is in my opinion, the pre-halving dip. We've come down around about 17-18%. Yes, we could come down a little bit more. Like I said, if we come down to $60,000, there's a chance that, and obviously CRO could follow quite heavily as well, but that's accumulation to my opinion. And like I said, we've got all these things that are happening in Crypto.com, with all these rewards that are happening with the Apple and the Samsung. And no doubt behind the scenes, they're getting more licenses as well. And one I am watching for is personally Hong Kong. So I keep going to the Hong Kong site to check out what's going on with them. So the website I keep on checking for this Hong Kong is the FFC. It's basically the FFC.HK, because obviously in Hong Kong there's only two exchanges that are operating there, and I'm really am hoping for the team at Crypto.com that we see here BP something or other Crypto.com exchange 2024. That's what I would like to see. And again, that's going to be a bit extra bullish, and we know that they're working on this behind the scenes. But what other licenses, what other projects, what other partnerships are Crypto.com working on behind the scenes? And that's what makes me excited about Crypto.com, because just out of the blue, they'll let you know what's just happened. I just can't get any more bullish. I can get more bullish actually on Crypto.com, because there's other things, like I said, is this limited time offer, 20%. You can stake your CRO and get 20% PAO, but obviously you have to stake it for about a year. For me, that's not for me in that, because obviously I do want to take profits as we go up. But if you're not interested in doing that, and you just want to, if we do it $1, yeah, fine. But I'm getting this return back. That's up to you. Do your own research on that. For me, it's not for me, because at the end of the day, I'm an investor, and I will take profits when we get to that $1 mark to $1.50 to $2 mark. That's where I'll be probably taking profits for myself. And I always say to you, have a plan where you want to go as well. But like I said, keep an eye out on this. This is very important. Keep an eye on this, because if we do get this is going to be absolutely massive. Just like South Korea. Like I said, what's going on behind closed doors? What are they building on? Are we going to get that exchange? I know we do have some things in America, but are we going to get that Crypto.com exchange in the USA full and thriving? Are we going to get that? So lots of things to look forward to in Crypto.com and what they're doing. And like I said, if you want to be a millionaire, if you want to make financial gains, do your research, look at the projects. Look at what millionaires are doing. Look at what major influencers are doing. I'm not saying you have to follow them, but it gives you an idea. It gives you, and you will put all this in one bag, and you'll come out with what you think you need to do. That's what I say if you want to make it in this industry and that. So I hope that's been helpful. So give us a like and give us a subscribe. It's always much appreciated, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Take care.